Hello and welcome to another update on Bitcoin. We're dealing here with the smaller time frame chart. Maybe we should start on the larger time frame because we have some movements. So it's always good to get a good idea of where we actually are when we look at the larger time frame pattern. And we are just we're just dipping deeper into that upper support area I shared with you earlier today. So the overall idea is we could still go a little lower, obviously. I mean, in both our yellow and orange scenarios that I explained in the first video today, I'm not going to go through these in detail because I did that earlier today, but we could go, a little lower in this fourth wave, which is a corrective pullback easily, potentially to $97,900. Wouldn't be a problem at all. And also in this wave too. I mean, this is technically some more room, yeah. The idea is that this pullback could represent a fourth wave or a smaller degree wave too. If we go, yeah, I mean, it depends on the proportions, really. The problem is you won't be able to distinguish between them, probably, between all of these scenarios if we get a deep pullback, which which doesn't enter the lower box, but kind of is very deep in the upper box. So let's assume we go down to 95K. It won't be very clear whether this is the white B wave, the yellow wave 2, or the orange fourth wave. But is that really important? Do you need to know? No, not really. I mean, the main takeaway is that in the white scenario, if we get now a pullback like an ABC structure, and the next rally is not impulsive, then we might just roll over again before we go higher, yeah? Which is absolutely fine, this is possible. That's why we have these support areas on the chart. Someone asked me earlier today on X, and I invite you to join us there because there are additional discussions going on. You guys can communicate with each other, discuss charts, ask questions, and there are additional updates. But someone asked me earlier today on X, what if this is like a third wave down? And I don't really understand how that would be a third wave down, but if it's something more directly bearish, I mean, our bullish scenario, yeah, has room all the way down to $81,340. Now, I don't necessarily expect that level to be tested. I'd actually love to see a reaction in this upper support area, yeah. So, I mean, I'm ready for an upside reversal, but until it's showing, I'm going to look for lower. We need to see a micro 5-wave move to the upside as a reaction to one of the Fibonacci levels that we talk about. Like, for example, the next main one is at $97,900. That would be the next main level to watch there. But we can take a look at some other levels on the smaller time frame. It's just important to understand the bigger picture, the larger time frame, before we really dive into the nanostructures. So again, bigger picture wise, yeah, I see this first of all as a wave 4 or a wave 2 with the potential of extending into a wave B. But they are all bullish. And really, there's really only a major potential or risk that we have already topped in the bull market with a break below 81,340. But even if that happens, everybody should be aware of the risk right now, right? Everybody should be aware of the risk. I've been very clear about the risk, okay, of the bull market topping. Maybe a little early, but actually all the structures are complete. Just here, really on the smallest time frames, these micro movements to the upside, they are still missing. Like that would be ideal to still get these. So I mean, no major surprises. I mean, we were watching for pullback. We were watching for lower prices. Yeah. I was quite clear earlier today in my first video that I don't expect the low to be in yet. So we're just going a bit lower. So let's take a look at the smaller time frame for Bitcoin. So this is currently the price filling out the yellow count perfectly. So we do have a 5-wave move down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a valid scenario. That's a C wave down potentially in our yellow wave too. Could also be the 4th wave. I haven't specifically listed it. We talked about that just now on the larger time frame. But it could be a wave 2. Yeah, it could be a 4th wave. Point is, this can be a corrective pullback. And we have some levels here to watch. Move that. So especially here, 100,585 is the next micro level. So here on the smaller time frame, I'm simply showing the smaller degree levels. It's about time that we get a reversal, honestly, but until I see a first micro 5-wave move up, there's no need to expect the market to turn around. But obviously the yellow count is at a point where it's now very full, and any micro 5-wave move up could trigger that next move to the upside. Now, what I've highlighted here as well is that if we go down more directly, then we could already be in this white B wave. Yeah? Let's assume we've already topped in circle wave B of wave B. That's the white B wave. Yeah? Let's assume we've already topped. Then we could just directly finish off the B wave. That would be fine. That is the scenario where on the larger time frame, we would just see the market come down very directly. But there is a lot of room, and I would first want to rule out, yellow and orange before we really say it's the white B wave. But in the end, they're all moving in the same direction right now. The trend is down, and until I see a 5-wave move up, a micro 5-wave move up, there is no sign of a low. So what I would like to do, though, is maybe just add some more micro Fibonacci support levels so that you have some additional levels to watch. And then I want to add a micro resistance area as well. So, if we go down even further, then it would be this area. They're just levels to watch. Yeah, 98,400, 96,520. Just additional levels in case it's the white count. What I want to add is a first resistance area. If we get 5 waves above this zone, we've got our first signal the low is in. And that's possible now. That's due. I mean, we can always get a few more downside adjustments, but any break now above 103,200 could signal that a low has actually formed. That's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join the conversation on X. Here there are additional updates. If I have time, I'll post some more Bitcoin updates later as well, because there likely won't be another video. So check it out. Just make sure you only follow the account with the golden check mark, because everything else is are scam accounts. Right? So check it out. Link is in the description. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.